Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today it's Monday. I was cleaning this out over the weekend, this shed. I've just got the edges to do, which I'll do with the teleporter in the bucket later on. So hopefully you can see that if I zoom out. I've got the small John Deere here, the little X750, great lawnmowers. Non-ad blue, of course, the little lawnmowers, sharpen the blades on it. Great bit of kit, this one. At the moment, 6.9's in the shed. I've got the baler on. Got to go and do some baling at Hedgecutters. Unfortunately, the ECU at the top, it's a job I've been doing for a while, but I'm going to put this on the 6R later on. This little devil up here, this ECU, has it's on its last legs, and I have spoken about this in the past, but basically this engine gets hot, cooks the ECU, the tractor will run for about 6 hours, 5-6 hours, and then at lunch, you can't start the tractor up again. Or you can, but it's a bit of a knack. You can take the ECU off and put it in the fridge, and it's a long story, really. It's a long story. So I spoke to a couple of companies this morning, but yeah, it's just taken a bit of a long time to do because it's sourcing the parts for these older tractors is getting harder and harder to find, and we're trying to find one in good condition, a good ECU, which will be fairly reliable. A lot of people like the new 6R185. On the farm, we really like the 6155R, which I think you can get now for the modern ones, which is called a 6R155. But yeah, you can get a 6R155 and just map it to what you want. Although the 6R185 is pretty cool because you got a lot of horsepower in a medium-sized tractor. I suppose it's kind of like the modern day 6930 really. Park this up here, the Manitou. Great little machine, this one, because it's so small, nimble for around the yard. This was the original shed where I started the YouTube channel a long time ago with the JCB 56, which was a long time ago. So this is deep littered. Normally it's about half the size of this. You'd be right on the floor, but at the moment we are pretty high from winter. So these sheds have got to be mucked out, and then there's another one on the other side, which is another alley, and then the sheds will be mucked out and we can start redesigning the yard for a beef shed for next year, or later on in winter time anyway. So got to muck this lot out. I spoke to TNS this morning, Furlough None Standing. I asked them about a Massey Ferguson demo because I'm a great lover of Massey Ferguson. My heart says Massey Ferguson because of the 135, but I suppose my brain says John Deere because we've been John Deere for quite a long time, and you know they have been quite good tractors to us. The only other tractor they did say which might be available for a demo was a baby Fendt tractor, which is a 516. So that's a 4-cylinder pocket rocket, I suppose you could call it, but it's still got some of the modern sort of features really of the Gen 7, so it has got quite a nice cab on it, so we'll have a look at that potentially, because I've always wanted to have a go with a Fendt tractor on this farm, so it might be quite neat to try it out on the baler over summer, which is what we were talking about. So you'll have to see what happens really over the next couple of weeks and months ahead. Of course, a lot of these companies now, like all dealerships, are busy with shows, so there's obviously a Norfolk show and a lot of the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the year, so it's going to be a fairly busy year for them, I think. So good to have some good weather for a change. I mean, we need a bit of heat, but I don't want it too hot that it damages the crops, if you know what I mean. So there's a fine line, but that being said, it will I hope help the barley turn, which is just in that field, which we'll go and have a look at in a minute, because that will go off for malting, and then we'll be baling the straw out of it as well. So. If you look there, one of our rams is leaking. That's going to be a job, and an expensive job. You fix one machine, another one breaks down. I'm going to show you the barley, which we'll be harvesting very soon. This is still way off yet, but if you look, it's like, you'll see here on the seed, it's like still a little bit puffy yet, so I mean it's a way off. But that being said, if the head's finished developing and we get all this sun, which we're now getting of course, it will help it turn. So at some point it will turn, but it's still really just finishing off developing. I just hope that the heat doesn't affect the quality of the barley, because it's important, the quality for beer, because it is malting, which is what we sell it for. So another thing is there is going to be plenty of straw this year. Last year we didn't have hardly any bales. This year we're going to have a few good bales off this lot, I reckon, because it is looking like a good swath already. So it's just time really. We'll see, fingers crossed, that we get the quality we need to sell it for beer, and also plenty of straw for the cattle to feed over winter. So it's all go. Right, well, I'll stop using the trailer now, because if you have a look, it is leaking pretty bad, that ram, and it's been getting progressively worse. So I'm going to have to see if this ram can be rebuilt. Not going obviously near it because that is an unpropped body, but yeah, we will have to look into see whether that can either be rebuilt or come up with another solution. Like I say, gets a lot of work, this trailer, on the farm, and it is getting on a bit, this trailer. It's a good trailer though, I do like it, but yeah, we'll have to repair it later in the day now. So I've just spoken to Haywards at Beccles, and they're going to help us repair the trailer. So it's got to be taken down there, and we're going to be on our way down to Beccles. So hopefully the trailer will be repaired, and then we can get on with mark carting. But it won't be a good while until the trailer's repaired, so it'll be a couple of days yet, I think. So yeah, it's an old trailer. It's 2010, this trailer, so it is getting on a bit, I suppose. 14-year-old bit of kit. Of course, you have old kit, it will break down. We've got the McCormick International 434 to be repaired, and that tractor will be up and running again at some point. And with this tractor, funnily enough, I was talking to John Deere dealership about what's out there at the moment to change this tractor or upgrade it at some point and add another one to the fleet. And I've tried the 6R150 John Deere. I really like that small 4-cylinder machine. Unfortunately, the fuel tank's just a little bit too small for the amount of power it has, and in a funny sort of way, I'd rather run a John Deere 6155R again, or I think what they also call a 6R155. So they're really good value for money tractors, 6R155. Of course, you've got the much more horsepower 6R185, but to be fair, for what it's worth, I think the 6R155 is good value for money at the moment, and you can tune them up as well. So, well, obviously out of warranty, but yeah, 155 is a good rig. We've got on well with ours over the years. It just does everything you want. It's kind of like a modern day 6930 in a way. But I know a lot of people are going away from John Deere at the moment with the cost of everything, and they're going to like New Holland and Massey Ferguson and other more affordable brands. So yeah, things are changing, don't get me wrong. What a day it is at the moment. We've got some great weather to the dealership, and I'm just going to show you the blokes in the workshop. If you look here, literally it's just blown. So we brought it just in the right nick of time, because that is really bad now. You'll see in a minute, that is really, really bad. It's literally leaking out everywhere. Really, really bad. It's a bit of a shame about the trailer breaking down today, but it's getting on, that trailer, and it's done a lot of work for us over the years, so it doesn't really owe us anything. I just hope it can be repaired so that we can start using it again. I've got some good weather, and I'll be out mowing and baling this week as well, so there's loads to be getting on with. So yeah, keep liking and subscribing, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Click here to subscribe to the channel, and click here to watch another Olly's Farm video.